Huaqing 58. So we put this on. Same in the plate. Right, then we just have one drop of ink, one drop of ink. Because if you use the pure blue, it's not dark enough. But if we use ink, it's too dark. So we gonna mix them. This is also a very common when we come to gongbi painting. We do the shading, right? So we have the ink and the 58 color. So we're gonna take the color brush. You can do this. So we're just gonna put one drop of ink into the blue. Right, then we need to have a bit more water in the blue. Right. So you want something like a dark blue. And this one, when you're mixing the color, it has to be even, right? It cannot be like some part very thick, some part very thin. Right, so once you have some darker, this one no need to be very watery. As long as it's like that can flow, that's enough. Because we aim for 1 round of coloring only. So now, after you have the color, right, come back to the flower. We can see is, of course, there's a front and back side of the leaf. Also inside the leaf, there needs the darker color, right? We can start from one corner. Now, when we're shading the leaf, one thing very important is the shading should usually goes to the top side of the line. That means, if, for example, if I have my leaf here, I have the major lines. You have to know, right? The peony leaf, they have 3 small leaf, right? Each small leaf, there's a 1 center line for the leaf. So what we're gonna do, right? We're gonna shade from the root of the leaf, right? From here. What I'm gonna do, right? I will start to shade from here, right? Then I'm using the clean brush, right? Now I start to push this side up. See, push a little bit, right? And then remember to clean the brush to push a little more. So when you have you will have a shading area for the leaf like that, right? So it will be applied to all the major line, right? So the center line for the lower side leaf, right? So same, right? You're gonna drop there, right? Then you shade it to this side. Top one, same from here. Hello, Renee. 我们用那个花青加墨先拿东西。一滴墨加到那个58花青里面，然后调稍微水一点点然后画的时候呢，画那个叶子的主线的上方你看这个线它的上面And then also very important is between the leaf between, you see this is one leaf, right? This is another leaf. This one is on top of this one, so we need to have the shadow from here, right, outside. It's too much. Yeah, we need to have the shadow outside this leaf. then you also push. Right, so now you have a different shape. This leaf compared to this leaf, right? So Yucheng is single leaf, right? And also the leaf next to each other. Also this one, you see the leaf that's under the flower. You also need to have some shadow, right? So here, like here, we also need a little shadow, right? So I'm gonna apply the darker color outside the flower. Right, then you can push a little bit. So the same color goes to the back side of the leaf, right? If it's this green color, you will also need to actually shade. This one, the stem also need the color, huh? The stem that's under the flower, this one also. for gongbi painting, right, it just seems like an endless process, right? But usually when we stop, right, it's actually roughly you go one round and you shade all the shadow parts, and to you the leaf actually look more three-dimensional, right, compared to before you did. That roughly you feel there's nothing you missed, then should be okay, right? But what we so call in the gongbi, right? There's a step we call like enhancement, which means is to be make the effect more obvious, right? Based on the painting, but it has to be comparing. Let's say we do flower, so your leaf should be comparing to the flower. It's not the leaf itself. I'm trying to make the leaf more three-dimensional. It's actually to the flower. If you feel right now the contrast between the flower and leaf is enough, right? Then that's it. Otherwise, right, this one you can go on and on forever. Yeah. So sometimes like some of the gongbi painting I did 4-5 years ago, I still can pick up and to do some further improvements, right? Those is like it's like you can always find things not correct. But in the class, I think what we just finished until you're happy with the whole painting, then that's it.没事，等一下加花就可以了。We will use the ink, black ink. So now we have the black ink. Just take directly the ink, right? Then you see what I do, right? I'm gonna color this part. Just color it black.
Like quite intense black, right?
Huh?
Quite intense, not
Intense
watery.
black, not watery. Yeah, have to be a bit intense. 春的木啊，没有难的，这个没有难的。要放一点点水可以不要很多的人家已经是准备回家了，是吧？
我们今天画不完。
我们画一点。没事，郑莹慢慢来，那个线画好。就今天我们把头画上。Then to the back side, you cover and color until like maybe 2/3, right? Until here, right? Then you use the clean brush. Now we're gonna push this one. See, push to the back. So the head should have a color transition from black to lighter ink.
我不敢下手。
不敢下，敢敢没事，敢的。那个牡丹都已经练过了，这个不要画，这个比那个简单很多。这个也是木纯的黑的木。可以加一点点水，不要紧。加一点点水不要紧。What happened to the cooked rice paper is, even we use a pure black ink, later once dry, it becomes lighter. It's not so dark.
也是这种
也是分开的，一支颜色笔，一支那个水笔。对，这个黑的呢，你看这个黑的你可以加一点点水，不要紧。这个涂呢，涂到2/3的头你看平涂，这样直接涂。涂到2/3，然后再往后推就可以了。好像 这样黑的哈。啊，要这么黑的哈。啊，它干了其实没有那么黑啊。This one once dry, it will not so black. It's actually.
上风之后，然后
就推，哎，往下推就对，就给它推成淡的啊。The eyeball is inside. You go another circle. I can put that pupil. Draw the eyeball, one circle, then the one C shape inside. You wait a little bit to push. Why is like that? So you have to understand when we're applying the ink or color, when you apply and then you start to push immediately, while the ink and the color is still in liquid form. So when you push out, the ink and the color, depending on the water, right, it will flow into the parts you push, right, which sometimes will make the color darker. So you don't see, just now I see it's lighter, but later become darker. That's actually because we push immediately. So in gongbi we have two ways. One is you push immediately, but the other way is when there is a very clear color transition, you might want to wait a little bit. Like just now what I did, when I finish the hair, right, I draw the eyeball. Now I'm actually waiting for this part to be dry a little bit, right? And then I start to push, right? So from here, I use clean brush to push. But what you can see right now, when I push, right, it doesn't really have a lot of color coming out. It will still shows a little bit, but it's actually having a bit very light ink coming out. This is actually what we wanted for this part. So the transition, we don't want very clear color definition. We want to hold on to that a little bit, right? Then now I push a little bit ink out. So that's actually what happens for this way, right? This is actually in gongbi painting, right? A very important part of the timing. Okay. this one got a term in Chinese called 间隔染. That means you wait a little bit before you push the color. And we purposely don't want the color to be dark to light. It's like dark to light start, then light to other light. 累啊！哦，这个数字，这个绑我的时候打过去。
不是完全没颜色，
完全没颜色，眼睛。完全没颜色。
我也是觉得我也是对的。
啊，有那么一点就够了，还是有的。
That's not the same bird, I think. You know, the black ones on the screen are. This is the, I don't know. I will check the name.
这个眼睛可以吗？
可以从后面点上来，有一点点，不是那种很多，给它拉一点点出来。It's the same bird.
You know the black ones with color.
Oh, you mean the
Street ones.
little one? No, this is not that one. This is not that one.
然后第二个横，在中间注意